So next question, who demonstrated that there are constellations other than our Milky Way galaxy? So we know that our solar system lies in the Milky Way galaxy. So apart from the Milky Way galaxy, there are good number of galaxies apart from the Milky Way. So where they are present, how they are present, it was demonstrated by the question is asking option A, Edwin P. Hubble, C, B, G. Cooper, H. Hoffman, and Sir James Jeans. So almost in the year 1920, this Edwin Hubble telescope was discovered. So because of the discovery of this Hubble's telescope, we got to know that apart from our Milky Way galaxy, there is a presence or existence of the good number of galaxies. So that's why now we are not using the word almost universe. So we are supposed to use it as the multiverse, because we thought that we are alone in the solar system or we are alone in the Milky Way galaxy. But according to the Hubble telescope, we could see other galaxies which are far beyond and much more bigger than the Milky Way galaxy. So that's why scientists are thinking about not to use the word universe, but it should be a multiverse. We know what happens once we enter the black hole. So these are almost mysterious things which are still not discovered, or they are not fully clarified. Still the research is going on. So that's why still we cannot use the word universe. We can use the word multiverse. Clear? So next question, which of the following sentences are correct with respect to constellation of the Milky Way galaxy? Okay. So its diameter is about 10,000 light years large and is formed over solar system. Next one, our solar system is located at a distance of 1/3 and has been revolving over 150 million years. Finally, our sun is a medium-sized star in this constellation. So let's see this explanation. So we know that this is our Milky Way galaxy. Clear? So our solar system lies here. So this Milky Way galaxy, this kind of round circles are called as the arms. Okay. So our solar system lies here. So it lies in the Orion spur, or Orion spur is the arm where our solar system lies. So from here, it is completely revolving around the Milky Way galaxy. So it is taking almost 250 million years for one revolution. So which is also called as the one cosmic year. That means one cosmic year refers to duration taken by our solar system to go one complete revolution around the Milky Way galaxy. Okay. So next, so it is located almost 1/3 distance from the Milky Way galaxy. If we divide it into 3 blocks, it is located at 1/3 distance from the Milky Way galaxy. So what is the size of the diameter of the Milky Way galaxy? So it is nearly from this end to this end. So complete is circumference and half of its diameter. So it is almost 1 lakh light years. So 1 lakh light years is the diameter. So but it is hardly written 10,000. So that's why it is wrong. So our solar system is located at a distance of 1/3. So but it is revolving at a duration of 250 million years, but not 150 million years. So that's why this statement is also wrong. First statement is also wrong. So our sun is a very medium-sized star in the constellation. So by observation also we can say that our sun is a very medium-sized star. Okay. So that means only third statement is correct. So it is asking correct statement. So that means option C, 3 only. Clear? Okay. So next question. If the time is 12 noon in Greenwich meridian, then what will be the time near 82.5 west longitude? Okay. So again, time zones. So we know that UTC, Universal Time Coordination Concept. Okay. So this is the prime meridian. So it passes through the Greenwich near London. So again, we know that as the earth rotates from west to east, the sun appears to be rising in the east and setting in the west. So if it is 12 noon near the prime meridian, the sun would have crossed these longitudes. So that means time will be ahead in the eastern hemisphere and will be behind in the western hemisphere. And we know that sunrays take exactly 4 minutes to cross each longitude. That means to cross the 15 longitudes, it will take exactly 60 minutes. That means for every 15 longitudes, we have one local time zone. So that means in the eastern hemisphere, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. So these are the eastern hemisphere longitude. Similarly, in the western hemisphere, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. The question is asking what would be the time near the 82.5 west longitude. So we know that our Indian standard time passes through 82.5 east longitude. That means from this longitude we calculate our time. So it is almost 5.5 hours ahead. That means 5:30 p.m. So if it is 12 noon in the prime meridian, so 15 longitude it is 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. So 75 and 90. So between this 1 hour difference. But between 75 and 90, we are located here, 82.5 east longitude. So 5 plus 7.5 longitudes, half an hour. So that means 5 hours 30 minutes is near the India. That means when the time is 12 noon near the London, in India we experience 5.5 hours, 5:30 p.m. Similarly, in the western hemisphere, the time will be behind. That means near 15 longitude it is 11 a.m. This is 10 a.m. This is 9. This is 8. This is 7. And this is 6. So time keeps on decreasing. So here it is 82.5 west longitude. So between 90 and 75. So this is 6 and here it is 6:30. So here it will be a.m. early morning. So 6:30 a.m. would be time near the 82.5 west longitude. So it is option B, 6:30 a.m. But in India it would be 5:30 p.m. So 82.5 west longitude, time is 6:30 a.m. Similarly, 82.5 east longitude, it is 5:30 p.m. India. Clear? So according to question, it is option B is the right one. Next question, which of the following planet is rolling like a ball instead of revolving? So option A, Venus, B, Uranus, C, Mars, and D, Neptune. So let's see. We know that most of the planets rotate from west to east, except Venus and Uranus. And one more thing, all the planets are almost tilted, except Mercury. Okay. So because of its very small in size, it got very slightly tilted. Even the Earth also got tilted 23.5 degrees from its axis. So even this Uranus, so after the Uranus, it got tilted up to 90 degrees from its axis. That means if its north axis is located like this, it has got tilted to 90 degrees. So almost nearly 90 degrees. That's why its rotation appears to be rolling around the sun. Clear? So that means according to the explanation, it is option B, Uranus. Next, escape velocity of the Earth equal to this. 15th question. So option A, 11.19 km per second, B, 11.12 km per second, C, 10.28 km per second, and D, 10.19 km per second. Let's see what is this escape velocity. The very simple definition for the escape velocity is the speed required for an object to escape from the Earth's gravity. If at all any satellite we want to launch, means to what is the minimum speed? What is the minimum speed it has to travel so that it can escape from the Earth's gravity? So again we know that Earth's gravity is more near the poles and very less near the equator, because Earth is not in a perfect shape; it is in a geoid shape. The Earth, the equator, it is a bit far away from the core region where it is rich with the nickel and iron content. That's why the gravity is very less near the equatorial region and it is very high near the poles, because they are very close to the core region. And also we know that the Earth rotational speed is very high near the equator. So why we launch the satellites near the equator? Because of two reasons. Because here the rotational speed is very high, it gives additional push for the satellite to move very fastly. Second one, gravity is also very less here. So that's why the gravity is very high near the poles and very less near the equator. Okay. So 11.19 km per second is the minimum speed or the escape velocity required for an object to escape from the Earth's gravity. Clear? Option A is correct. Moreover, while launching the satellites, we prefer the east coast of the continents, but not the west coast. Because as the Earth rotates from west to east, even if you launch the satellites, because of some other reasons, if the satellite could not launch properly, successfully, it may fall on the Earth region itself. So, if the Earth is rotating from west to east, if you launch from the western part of west coast, so it may fall on the settlement area. So, because of which only we launch the satellite from the east coast, so that even the Earth rotates from the west to east, the satellite which is falling on the Earth region, it will fall in the oceans, but not in the continents or in the settlement area. So, that is the logic behind launching the satellites from the east coast, but not the west coast. Clear? So, option A is correct. Next one. Why do people suggest not to face north while sleeping? So, one more applied question. So, more gravity in the North Pole. Next, more Coriolis force in the North Pole. High rotational speed in the polar areas. Finally, more magnetic field in the North Pole. So, let's usually this question or the solution would be listened by many people or given by many people. So, as we know that Earth is not perfectly round shape, it is in a geoid shape. The gravity is more near the polar region, so compared to the equatorial region. Certainly, we know that magnetic field is also very high near the polar areas compared to equator. So that's why both gravitational force and the magnetic fields are both near the polar regions. So if you are in the northern hemisphere, we are not supposed to face north. So because once we are standing like this, the blood circulation against the gravity towards the brain is very less. But once we are sleeping, the brain circulation will be very fast to the brains, where the brain neurons are very sensitive. They are very minute than the hairs. If there is a sudden blood circulation to the hairs, so it may lead to hemorrhage. You know hemorrhage. Hemorrhage refers to sudden blood circulation to the brains. It may restore a rupturing of the cells. So in that case, the person may die. So because of this reason only, people's advice is not to face north while sleeping. Okay. So similarly, if we are in the northern hemisphere, we are not supposed to face north. Similarly, we are also not supposed to face east also, because after the sunset, majority before till the morning, before sun rises in the east, it will be in the western part only. So that's why we are not supposed to face north, neither north nor the northwest, but we can face the northeast or the south, because South Pole is a bit far away from the peoples residing in the northern hemisphere. Similarly, peoples who are staying in the southern hemisphere, they are not supposed to face south. They are not supposed to face south while sleeping, because they are attracted to the magnetic field and the gravity in the southern hemisphere. Similarly, they are also not supposed to face while sleeping southwest part, because sun will be in this direction only until it rises in the early morning eastern side, it will be in the west part only. So that way even the sun is also having the good amount of gravitational field, attracting power. So that's why peoples of the southern hemisphere, they have to face north or the northeast, but not the south or the southwest. So this is the logic. So here the option is more gravity in the North Pole. Why do people suggest not to face north while sleeping? So it is applicable to the people residing in the northern hemisphere. So for them, they are not supposed to face North Pole because of the more gravity. Even we can say magnetic field also, but compared to magnetic field, more gravity creates the major difference. Okay, so that's why option A is correct. So next question, 17. Currently the largest star in the universe. Okay, the Sun, VY Canis Major, UY Scuti, and none of the above. So let's see the explanation. So just now we know that we are residing in the solar system. For us, for the 8 planets, Sun is the very major star. Though we see good number of stars in the night sky, but Sun is the major source of energy for the planets like Earth and other planets. But compared to Sun, there is a very gigantic planet. See, UY Scuti. This is the largest star in the Milky Way galaxy. Even apart from the Milky Way galaxy, we have good number of other stars also, but still we have not discovered them. So according to our known information, UY Scuti, this is the biggest star in the Milky Way galaxy. So before that we had a VY Canis Major. It was the largest star. So after that, UY Scuti got updated. So compared to these planets, our sun is a very minor star. So I can zoom here. See, this is our sun. Not even a dust in front of this kind of gigantic stars. Okay. So imagine if this kind of stars run into black hole, it will engulf all these minor stars. So that is the beauty of the black holes. So once we understand the concept of black holes, it is very easy to understand why the Big Bang took place. Clear? Okay. So according to present information, the largest star in the universe is UY Scuti. So option C. Clear? So we can see UY Scuti is the largest star in the Milky Way galaxy. So next, arrange the following elements on the basis of their atomic number in increasing order. So ascending order or increasing order. So first one, silicon, 2 sulfur, 3 argon and calcium. Okay. So let's see the periodic table. So we know that silicon atomic number is 14. Next sulfur 16. Argon is 18. And now it is calcium, it is 20. So all these are in the ascending order only. So that means silicon 14, sulfur 16, argon 18, calcium 20. So all these are in the ascending order only. So that means option B, 1, 2, 3, 4 itself. They are in the perfect sequence. Clear? So next question, number 19. What are the gases used in the domestic LPG cylinders? So option A says krypton and xenon. Option B, hydrogen and helium. C, butane and propane. D, propane and argon. Okay. So LPG refers to liquefied petroleum gas. So we know that it is option B, butane and propane. So we know that both butane and propane are the odorless gases. Okay, so these are odorless gases. That means they will not emit any foul smoke, and not even any spark. So how do we come to know that if there is any gas leakage? So that's why we add the ethyl mercaptan. So ethyl mercaptan is the chemical which is responsible for releasing the foul smell when it is leakage. So for the safety measure only, we add this chemical. Clear? So ethyl mercaptan is the artificial chemical we added to detect the leakages in the LPG cylinder. And major gases used for the burning is butane and propane. Okay. So the last question of this episode is, with respect to timings, what is the Sanskrit meaning for the words AM and PM? Very interesting question. So generally we know that AM refers to anti-meridian and PM refers to prime meridian. So during the latitudes only we say latitudes are nothing but the meridian lines or the midday lines, because the sun rays cross them vertically at 90 degrees. So whenever it is only 12 o'clock. So according to the Sanskrits, what is the meaning of the AM and PM? Very interesting. So option A says Arohanam Martandasya and Patanam Martandasya. B, Advaita Martandasya and Parshva Martandasya. C, Agnihotra Martandasya and Pratikshana Martandasya. So finally D, Aditya Madanam and Pratiksha Madanam. What do you guess? Which one should be the answer? A, B, C, D. Should I keep it as a pending? You can decide. Okay, so I will disclose it. So the word AM and PM are derived from the Sanskrit words AM. So in Sanskrit, the sun is called as the Marthanda. So Marthanda means sun. So Arohanam refers to rising sun or arising sun, whereas the Patanam refers to setting sun. In both the times, almost the sun appears yellowish in color, but the rising sun makes some difference, whereas the setting sun also makes some difference. The sky color, we can observe it. Clear? So the word AM and PM are derived from the Sanskrit words Arohanam Martandasya and PM Patanam Martandasya. Okay, so option A is correct. Arohanam Martandasya and Patanam Martandasya. Martanda refers to sun according to Sanskrit text. Clear? So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Clear? So for more updates, please do watch Times Academy. Okay, so this is Tarun signing off. Thank you.